Now at 10, the Empire Market in Joplin celebrates National Seed Day with a seed swap. Plus, local elementary school kids take on the Block Kid contest at Pittsburgh State. And area high schoolers surprise elementary school children with homemade stuffed animals.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A Newton County woman is dead after crashing into a Walmart supercenter. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Elise Snowy. It happened yesterday afternoon at the Walmart on 1701 South Kansas Road in Newton County. Authorities say the car crashed through the wall of the Vision Center. The driver, Wanda Hoyle of Newton County, was pronounced dead at the scene. No one else was injured in the crash. Meteorologist Katie Frazier joins us with a first look at the weather.
Well, good evening, everyone. We are starting off by checking out indigo sky, a calm, beautiful night out right now, but we are expecting some fog to develop over the next couple of hours. And let's check out our almanac. What did we actually see as far as weather goes today? It was mostly cloudy for the entire day. Our high was only 38 degrees. We had some drizzle throughout the day as well, and that is all going to lead to some fog developing over the next couple of hours. So here's what you can expect there at home. Overnight fog, like I said, coming in here shortly, and because our temperatures are going to be quite cool overnight tonight, we could have some freezing fog develop. That could lead to some slick spots in the early morning. Warm temperatures are certainly ahead, and we will also have a quiet week of weather expected. So I'll give you all the important details of what you can expect for tomorrow and the next several days coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Katie, thanks. We'll see you soon. Today is National Seed Day, and the Empire Market in Joplin celebrated with a seed swap as a way to showcase the community garden. It included natives, pollinators, herbs, veggies, and fruits. Attendees were also able to learn some gardening tips from master naturalists and master gardeners.
Today I'm out here hunting for native plants and some things that I can grow in my garden. I would love to meet some other people who are interested in things like permaculture.
The Seed Swap is an annual event and takes place every National Seed Day. The 4 states greenhouse also took part in National Seed Day with the Create Your Own Pet Succulent event. Locals were invited to build their own pet planter succulent from a variety of animal-inspired pots. The 4 states greenhouse says it's a fun way to add some greenery to your living space.
You can pick out a pet succulent pot, and then you scoop some soil in there. You pick out a succulent or a cacti. We also have some string of bananas and pearls and dolphins you can add in there. And then you can also add some gravel, some accent rock, some moss, and have a new little pet succulent.
Today's event was $15 per person. The Pittsburgh State School of Construction and the Southeast Kansas chapter of the National Association of Women in Construction teamed up today for an annual Block Kids contest. The purpose of the event is to challenge elementary school kids to build a small construction project out of Legos. Prizes were awarded for first, second, and third place in each class.
It's pretty gratifying to watch the kids, and you know, one of the other professors came in here and says, "Man, it's really quiet." And I said, "Yeah, they're really focused on what they're doing. They're really, you know, into that, and you know, trying to show us their creativity."
The grand champion of the event received a safety helmet, vest, and a custom construction t-shirts. A school project is bringing kindergartners and high schoolers together in Columbus, Kansas. High schoolers took drawings Park Elementary made of their favorite farm animal and turned them into a personalized stuffed animal. The initiative is part of a family and consumer science class and has been happening for the past 3 years. KOAM's Fernanda Silva has the story.
This looks just like the same as my picture.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Why do you like it?
Because turkeys are one of my favorite kind of birds.
Morgan is one of many Park Elementary School students who were lucky to see his drawing become a real stuffed animal.
Look, it's as big as my hands. See that? But my hand, when I put my hands on it, it looks like it has a beak.
That happened thanks to a project led by family and consumer science teacher Melissa Smiley.
I wanted something that the kids, that it was more creative with them and it showed their personality more.
Their personalities are shown not only by what they choose to draw,
What do you have on your head?
Cow.
but also by how they choose to do it.
He had brown eyes and he never opened.
You get to see some kids follow the traditional farm route, like pink pigs, brown horses, and then you get to see like some others that are like rainbow and stuff like that.
According to the teachers involved, the project is a learning moment for all grades.
Help them out with, make sure it has 4 legs and ears, and then at the bottom we write what it is to help the kids, the girls that are sewing, know what it is.
It teaches the simple techniques of hand sewing and like the plain seams on the sewing machine and how to turn the things inside out and stuff them and fix holes and things like that.
But these students' favorite part is not drawing nor sewing. It is delivering and receiving their collaborative creations.
I drew a sheep and I like it because I can sleep with it and it has fur and it looks silly.
Giving them back to the kids, like seeing their face light up and seeing them smile is really fun, and I like how some of the older kids are working with some of the younger kids to make a connection through our community.
A connection the high schoolers hope the Park Elementary students will enjoy and keep. In Columbus, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
Kindergartners drew the animals as part of their farm unit. Coming up, former President Donald Trump is looking to appeal the defamation verdict. We'll have the details. 2 people were injured in a fire at the University of Missouri School of Medicine yesterday. Fire officials say there was a second alarm blaze inside a research lab on the 7th floor of the Medical Sciences building. The lab was not in use at the time. 2 people were taken to the hospital but have since been released. There were also reports of a possible explosion, but that hasn't been confirmed. The cause of the fire is remaining under investigation. A House committee sent a letter to the University of Pennsylvania calling on the school to hand over documents regarding a campus-related anti-Semitism investigation. The chair of the Committee on the Education and the Workforce is requesting UPenn respond to the request by February 7th. Among the items, the committee wants reports on anti-Semitic action since 2021, how the school handles hate crimes, and information on foreign donations. Former President Trump is vowing to appeal a verdict ordering him to pay more than $80 million in damages to writer E. Jean Carroll for defamation. The decision was handed down by a jury in New York Friday. Bradley Blackburn has more on what unfolded.
E. Jean Carroll didn't speak as she left the court, but her broad smile spoke volumes after a jury ordered former President Trump to pay her millions for making defamatory statements about her in 2019. The $83.3 million in damages includes $7.3 million for emotional harm, $11 million to help repair her reputation, and $65 million in punitive damages. During the trial, Carroll's attorney had told the jury the one thing Donald Trump cares about is money.
I think it will be difficult to obtain this money, but I think obviously with a verdict this big and with a former president who brags about his wealth, then it is possible.
Trump attended closing arguments but walked out of the courtroom while Carroll's attorney was speaking in a break from decorum in federal court. After the verdict, he posted on social media calling it absolutely ridiculous and vowing to appeal.
We will immediately appeal. We will set aside that ridiculous jury.
Trump's attorneys say they object to limits imposed by the judge on their defense.
There's a good argument that they will make on appeal that the plaintiffs got to bring in almost everything that they wanted to bring in.
The award is on top of a $5 million verdict handed down last year in a separate case brought by Carroll. She accused Trump of sexually assaulting her in a New York department store in the mid-90s, and a jury found Trump liable for sexual abuse and defamation. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Legal experts say Carroll won't see any of the money while an appeals process pays out, but Trump will have to hand over the $83 million to the court or obtain a bond to cover it. The fog is sticking around. We'll have some tips to help you drive through it up next.
Good evening, everyone. I mentioned that fog is going to be a possibility, even something that's going to be likely over the next several hours. So let's do a little bit of a review on what it takes to get fog in the first place. One ingredient that some of us will have, some of us won't, will be clear nights. It is mostly cloudy across the region, although the clouds are moving on out. So that is one ingredient we may or may not have. Calm winds. We should be mostly calm overnight tonight. Moist air is something we will have, in saturated soils. Well, that is definitely what we have after some rain and some drizzle throughout the day today. It's starting to evaporate, and as it does, it increases the humidity levels in the air, and that can help develop some fog across the region. Now, let's talk about those clouds. Let's see if we're going to see any rain over the next couple of days. Just a forewarning here, we're not. So as far as overnight and through tomorrow morning, half of us will be seeing clouds, although folks out to the west will have some more clear skies by early tomorrow morning. Temperatures dropping down to the 30s by 5 o'clock. The clouds will move on out throughout the rest of the day, and we will have highs in the 40s for your Sunday. So not too bad. We'll improve from today to tomorrow about 10 degrees, and then tomorrow to Monday another 10 degrees. So definitely going to be experiencing a warming trend here. Tomorrow will be a mostly quiet day. Really, the fog is the only cause for concern overnight tonight through your day tomorrow. Let's check out our visibility tracker. This tells us how thick the fog could be overnight tonight. Now, after about midnight, some locations you can see the visibilities will be dropping. The lower the number, the lower the visibility, the higher the number, the better. So as we move from late tonight into early tomorrow morning, you could see that most of us will be having very low visibilities. At least that will be possible. So that means we could have some fog across most of the region tomorrow. You're also noticing the slippery right here. The temperatures will be so cold tomorrow morning that freezing fog can develop, and that could lead to some slick spots out on the road. So with that in mind, here are some tips for you. Of course, you want to drive with caution if you're headed out for a night on the town tonight. Don't use your brights. It'll only make it harder to see what's in front of you. Bridges and overpasses could be slick by tomorrow morning, so you'll want to make sure you are driving very carefully and leave space between you and the cars around you. Tomorrow, lazy Sunday. The temperatures will be in the 40s with just that AM fog. Once it clears out, you're going to have a beautiful day. In fact, if you're going to be watching the big game, the Chiefs tomorrow, it will be nice, pleasant, not a lot of complaints. In fact, not a lot of complaints for the next week as well. Just, once again, morning fog tomorrow. Temperatures in the upper 40s for your Sunday. Warming up to the upper 50s for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe even 60, and Friday looking nice as well. We don't have rain chances for a while, not until this upcoming weekend, and even by then, temperatures not looking too cold.
All right, thanks, Katie. And don't forget, you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone free of charge. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Lots of accidents this past week across Missouri due to the low visibility out on the roads. Nicolette Zangara talked to a driving expert about staying safe in the fog.
Driving in fog can be just as dangerous and deadly as driving on ice and snow, so take it seriously.
We've seen it time and time again this week. Foggy roadways making for difficult drives around the Ozarks. Low beam lights should always be on while driving in fog. This illuminates your front and rear lights to allow others to see you. Fog lamps are not in every car, but if you have them, it will highlight part of the road designed to keep you safe in the fog.
The fog lamp give you lights lower to the roadway. Instead of glaring up to where you're looking beyond, they give you perspective for the road. And that's going to give you that white fog line. A lot of people think that's just painted there for the edge. That's actually a fog line. That's a guide to get you through that fog.
It's also recommended to slow down and create distance between you and other cars. The more space you have, the more time you have to react to changing road conditions. If you see people ahead slowing down, it's probably a sign you should pay close attention to. If you feel unsafe, Bracker says you can pull over, but not just anywhere.
If you need to, use your hazard lights. You can turn those on. We recommend that you don't pull to the shoulder. what happens is people behind you tend to follow you, and then they're crashing in behind you. Keep your speed slow, navigate through it, get to an exit, a turnoff, or find a safe parking lot or something.
3 Dunweg firefighters were presented life-saving awards related to a call from October 7th. Mets trainer Kyle Jackson honored Lieutenant Jay Wells, firefighter Billy Jocelyn, and firefighter Greg Schrum this week at the fire station. The call was for an unconscious male. The crew had arrived to Lockhart Street in Dunweg before an ambulance taking over CPR in progress. The man survived despite medically dying 3 times on the scene and 3 on the way to the hospital. The crew met with the man privately, who continues his recovery. Coming up in sports, the Kansas City Chiefs hit the road for Baltimore ahead of the AFC Championship game. Plus, Pitt State men's and women's basketball saw 2 career day performances. Sports reporter Brock Baldridge joins us with highlights and more up next.
The Pitt State Gorillas return home to John Lance Arena this weekend. The men's and women's basketball team each had a rough road trip last week, and this week they look to bounce back at home against Northeastern State. Pitt State takes the court at home as the Gorillas square off against the Northeastern State Riverhawks. In the early minutes of this game, the first points of the game belongs to Macy Mays. The El Dorado Springs product knocks down the 3-point shot. Next possession, it's Mays again. Layup is good there, gets the lucky roll. Pitt State leads by 2. Later in the half, it's Jenna Shipley who's going to stop and pops in the mid-range shot. The Gorillas take a 2-point lead going into halftime. So we head to the second half now. Harper Schreiner just misses the shot, but KG picks her up. Brenna Gerber finished with 19 points in this game. So we head to the third quarter now. Jenna Shipley knocks it down from beyond the arc. Good to see her back from injury. Pitt State leads by 14. In the fourth quarter, it's Macy Mays on the fast break. She gets the layup and the tough shot to go there. And then later on, it's Mays again. 3 ball from the corner. It's going to rattle in there. A career high 25 points for the freshman Macy Mays. Pittsburgh State goes on to win 82-72.
I think we definitely needed these 2 wins under our belt. We have some big games coming up, so just trying to get some momentum this week and just bring that same energy into next week.
A fun kid, a really great personality, but she is a little bit all business. Like, she is very, like, it's in the classroom or whatever she's doing, she is very driven.
The Pittsburgh State men's basketball team now hits the floor against the Northeastern State Riverhawks. The Gorillas are looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. In the first quarter, Pitt State is firing away as RJ Forney hits it from downtown. Next possession, it's Forney again, who knocks down back-to-back threes to open up this game. Gorillas lead by 6. Later on in the half, it's Pittsburgh's very own Marquis English from beyond the arc. He is money. In the second quarter now, it's English with a step-back splash, scored 21 points in the first half for Pitt State. Pitt State leads by 13 going into halftime. In the second half, Marquis English with a layup. He scored a career-high 28 points this afternoon for the Gorillas. Later in this game, it's Tanner Mans from off the bench. 3 ball there is good. Pitt State leads by 21. And a few possessions later, Jordan Freisen on the fast break passes over to Mans. Green light is good. 15 made 3-pointers for Pitt State today. Gorillas go on to win 97-73.
I love it, but I mean, more than that, I love just being with my team. I mean, everybody from top to bottom, we were all ready to play today. The ball was moving, flowing, everybody was talking, and we just want to get that nasty taste out of our mouth. So, I mean, hats off to the boys.
Anytime a team gets confidence, and you never know what can happen, but you know, we wanted to make sure that we took any of that confidence away early, and I thought RJ got us off to a good start, and then you know, we were able to make some plays.
Missouri Southern at home this afternoon. The women's team, well, they just keep on winning. Make it 12 straight wins for the Lions. Missouri Southern makes it a dozen after their 76-54 win over Rogers State. Chrislyn Jones and Caitlin Honeycutt each scored in double figures. Over to the men's side now. Men's team Missouri Southern also at home this afternoon facing Rogers State. The Lions bounce back after Wednesday's loss to win this game 75-53. Southern hits the road for Newman on Thursday and Central Oklahoma on Saturday. Well, the Kansas City Chiefs are back in the AFC Championship game for the 6th straight year in a row. The Chiefs face the Baltimore Ravens with a trip to Super Bowl 58 on the line. It's the second time these two teams have met in the postseason, the first being in 2011, where the Ravens won 30-7 in the wild card round. Now, the last time the city of Baltimore hosted the AFC title game was in 1971, back when they were the Baltimore Colts. Meanwhile, the Chiefs look to defend their Super Bowl title in Patrick Mahomes' second straight road playoff game.
It's different, first off. We've played a lot of home games, a lot of games at Arrowhead, which we love. But getting a new challenge, a new opportunity to go out there and see what we can do. That, as well as when you're on the road, I mean, obviously Chiefs Kingdom travels, but everybody's against you, and you got to go out there and come together as a team and find a way to win. And it's just a whole new opportunity for you to go out there and see what you're really about.
Yeah, they're good all the way around. Good back end, secondary, linebackers are fast and good tacklers, and then their front strong. So good all around defense.
Let's look for sports. We'll be back right after this.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore yesterday announced a bet with Kansas City Governor Laura Kelly on the outcome of tomorrow's Baltimore Ravens and Kansas City Chiefs conference championship game. Governor Moore is wagering crab pies from Crust by Mac Bakehouse. Governor Kelly is wagering steaks from Creekstone Farms in Arkansas City-based premium beef and pork producer. Now let's check in with Katie for a final look at the forecast.
Tomorrow we are expecting fog to develop late tonight through the early morning hours tomorrow. Temperatures in the 40s for your Sunday, but we are on track for a wonderful week ahead with highs in the upper 50s.
Beautiful look ahead. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Final sports note.
Chiefs, Ravens tomorrow 2 p.m. Lisa, what's your prediction on the game?
You know what? I think Governor Moore is going to have to pay up to Governor Kelly. I think she's going to enjoy those crab cakes.
Not a bad option.
There we go. Well, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. From all of us in the studio, have a great night.